Welcome back. We're continuing to work on the Honda 450 motor that had the blown up transmission. So today we're going to be replacing the bearings, and I'll show you how to do that. And so the first thing we got to do is we got to finish taking out the old seals. So let's get started. So here's our crank seal. So we got to pop that one out. And then this one is our primary drive seal, where a sprocket goes for the chain. And this one is connected to our oil pump, this seal. The next thing we gotta do is take out these two screws that are holding in this bearing, and you need to use a hand punch. Some people use like an impact drill, but I think a hand punch is better. They do Loctite these in, so it might take a couple good hits. Next thing we're gonna do is heat up the case around the bearing so the case expands, allowing the bearing to slide out. So we're gonna do that now. Now the temperature you wanna get this is nice and toasty. If you get it more than toasty, it might warp the case. All right, we got it heated up to nice and toasty. So now we should be able to tap the bearing out and put the new one in. That one's in there good. Got it. So we got our Freshie here, OEM bearing. You're gonna wanna make sure that the letters or the writing's on the outside, and hopefully it falls in. If not, we'll tap it the rest of the way in. Oh, butter. Now you're gonna wanna let that cool so the case shrinks again and it snugs up on there. But that's how you install a new bearing. Since this is the 450 that had the transmission fail and it did bust the case, so what we were working on was the half of the case that was okay, but this half of the case, we're gonna grind this down, make it smooth. I talked to a customer, they're gonna wanna put a little bit of JB Weld in this hole just so not a ton of oil sits in there. And then we're gonna count on this back part right here for the sealing, since it did bust this here, but a new case is like 450 bucks. So we're gonna grind this down, make it so it has no sharp edges, and then we'll be able to replace the bearings also on this side of the case. So let's get to that. Here we just have a little grinding stone on my impact, so we're just gonna polish it off a little bit. Now it's nice smooth, no jagged edges. So now we'll blow this out and we'll be able to replace these bearings also now. All right, well, I'm gonna keep working on switching out these bearings, but thanks for watching and please like and subscribe.